guys, welcome to my channel. So a little change of scenery. We're in my backyard today because one, it feels really good. Also, I thought it would just be nice for you guys. And today I'm going to be answering your assumptions and questions that you guys have for me. I'm super excited to do this. I'm also going to get ready as well while telling you guys. I wrote down all the questions on here, all the ones that I found interesting and that I'm comfortable answering, just because I film on my phone, so you know, it'd be annoying to kind of go back and forth. So I have all my questions right here, so if you see me looking down, I'm just looking down at this. And let's go ahead and get into the video, babes. So the first question is, why did I move back to LA? And the best explanation I could get for that is I moved to Santa Barbara without, I feel like I just wasn't thinking. I really wasn't processing anything at that time. And I wasn't really thinking about, oh wow, I'm moving out of my aunt and uncle's house. I am moving to another city where I know absolutely no one. It was very hard for me in the beginning. I thankfully, within a couple months, I started getting really close with my roommates, and I eventually met my boyfriend and met some friends while I was there. So things did get better, but I kind of felt stuck for a while. I felt like I was just in this limbo of doing the same thing over and over and over again, just every single day. And I missed being around my aunt and uncle. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I saw them every now and then, and even before I moved back here, I was seeing them at least once a month, so it was fine. But I also just really love LA. I missed all the friends that I made here while going to high school. And Santa Barbara it's a really pretty city. I think it's gorgeous there. I thought it was really fun. You can definitely find a bunch of activities to do. LA is a lot bigger, and there's a lot more things to do, a lot more people that you can get to know. I was just ready. I lived there for like, what, 2 years, I believe? So I was there for a while, okay? And I just wanted to move back here. I love it here. That's really all I can say. I love LA. I missed my aunt and uncle. I missed my friends. And I really needed a change. Also, every time I film a get ready with me while talking about something, I always have the hardest time concentrating on what I'm saying and doing. So sometimes when I'm editing my videos back, I'm like, girl, you sound so illiterate right now. So sorry guys, it's just because I'm focusing on two things. Next question is, how did you start loving your curly hair, boo? And I really loved this question because I feel like I didn't know I had curly hair for the longest time. I wanna say it finally started hitting me that, oh, when you brush your hair out and it's like really frizzy and poofy, it's probably because, you know, I just started putting two and two together. And it was really my aunt who one day she was like, let me try something on you after the shower. And she started putting like products in my hair, and that's when we really saw the curls coming through. And I was like, wait, I have curly hair? Which I don't know why it was so surprising, because all the women on my dad's side of the family, they have curly hair. But I think I just didn't know for the longest time, and I didn't really have curly hair when growing up. Maybe wavy, but it wasn't that curly. Not as curly as this. And this is my hair with no products in. I just put in leave-in conditioner and some hair oil. I didn't use any curl creams or gels. So yeah, I don't know why it was so surprising. And to be completely honest with you, I did not like my curly hair for a while. Like, I would like it sometimes. It just didn't feel like me. But I think the way I started to truly love my curls is, you know, people would compliment them, but also realizing I was born with this hair. I might as well embrace it. And there are some people in this world that would kill to have curly hair. And I love it. I think it's so fun. Also, it makes me feel like a little beach girl. Like right now, especially with the two braids in the front, I feel so cutie. The best advice I would give someone who is trying to start loving their curls more, and this might sound funny, but if you can find a content creator, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, doesn't matter what, and if they have curly hair, like, it's not that I'm going out of my way to look for content creators with curly hair that I find pretty and then I just start following. There's just a couple people online that do have curly hair, and I can't help but look at them and I'm like, you're so stunning. Like, you look like a goddess. I love the curls. I think they're so fun and gorgeous. And if you have curly hair, please, I'm begging you to put down the heat tools, put them down, and start embracing them. They're beautiful. You were born with them for a reason, so might as well, because girl, there are people in this world who get perms to have the hair that you have. Just truly start loving yourself, start loving them curls, girl. Next question, do you spend time with your mom? Do you have any siblings? So my mom lives in Alabama while I live here, Los Angeles, California. The last time I saw her was in January when she came out to visit, and it was so good to see her. I see her every now and then. You know, like, whether that's I go to Alabama and visit her, or like back in January, she finally came out to here and was able to visit us, and that was so much fun. I do see her every now and then. I would love to be able to see my mom more often though, because I really do love and I miss her so much. But I'm so proud of her. I'm so happy with how well she's doing, and I really do want to be a part of her life more. So that's why we just both put in an effort with messaging each other. I need to be better about calling her, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't really get to see my mom that often, just because I work, she works, tickets aren't cheap, and you know, it's hard to find that time in between. But when we get the chance, we see each other. And I had a couple people ask me if I have a sibling, because they were like, I feel like you mentioned it once, but we can't quite remember. I do have one half sister. I don't really like calling her my half sister. I like just calling her my sister. But the only reason why I'm telling you guys this is because we have different dads, and she lives with her dad in the South. I'm not gonna tell you guys where exactly she lives. That's none of your business. Same thing with my mom. I get to see her every now and then. I don't get to see her that often, and we also have an 11-year age gap. I'm the older sister, so I'm 21, she's 10. Dude, she's literally 10 years old, and anytime I see her, it's so weird. It's so weird because I will go long periods of time without seeing my sister, and I just have to like text or call her while she's with my mom and maybe FaceTime her. It's so strange because I still look at her as if she's a baby. I'm like, you're my little baby sister. And then she's having a full-on conversation with me. She's talking about some YouTube video or TikTok, and I'm like, what? You're a child. I mean, she still is a child, but it's just the fact that she's able to have like a full-on conversation with me where I'm like, you're not the baby I keep picturing you in my mind as, which is crazy. But yeah, I have one little sister. I love her so much. She is my little cutie ootie patootie, and I wish I was able to see her and my mom more, but maybe one day we can make that happen, and we'll be able to see each other like every couple months. That would be, you know, a goal, a plan of mine. I would love to see both of them more often. So this next question, do you still live with Laura? I'm also answering this because I had a lot of people asking, am I still living with my Aunt Laura, and why am I not? So that answers your question. No, I do not live with my aunt. When moving back here to LA, I moved into a house with my friend, and there are technically 4 other roommates, but one of the girls is gone all the time, so it's just 5 of us in the house, and I love them all so much. It's so fun. But yeah, I never really thought about moving back in with them, but I think it's because I've already moved out of the house. Not that I think moving back in with them I would be treated like a high schooler again, where, you know, you have to be back home at this time, you can't do this, this, and this. There's probably still gonna be rules because, hello, it's their house and I'm just living there. I don't know. I kind of like the freedom and the independence of living out of the house and just going over to their house. Spread that powder up way too high. And I just like going over to their house a couple times throughout the week. Like, I'm going over, since I moved back to LA, I go to their house at least once a week. So yeah, it's super nice. There's really not like any bad reasonings why I didn't move back in with them. It's just, I like the freedom and independence of living out of the house and being my own person. You know what I mean? The next one is asking about my mental health journey. And, you know, I feel like I've been pretty open about my mental health. I probably could be more open up about it, but there's just certain things that I don't want to share online. I just sometimes don't even like to think about it, and it's crazy even for me to think about myself being in such a bad spot like that, where I truly hated everything. I hated life, I hated myself, to the point where I really didn't even want to be on earth anymore, you know? Nothing too extreme, like, it's not that I would have, it's not that I would have done anything, but the thought was always there. Like, I really, really, really do not like life. And I try to be vulnerable sometimes like this online, because I know there are a lot of people who go through these feelings, and it's hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with, but I'd say what truly helped me is I needed a lot of time to myself, which that was the cause of my mental health declining, not going so well. But I think it also helped me sit alone by myself with my thoughts more, and kind of just think about, you hate these things, but what can you do to make it better? Because you can't keep living in the same cycle. It's really miserable to be dealing with, and it's miserable to be around. You're affecting your relationships around you, whether that's with your family or your friends during that time. My mental health, I'm so good right now. I love talking to my therapist. I'm actually therapist on BetterHelp. BetterHelp is awesome. Man, I got a plane flying over me. We got police cars in the back. Really just does take some time. And maybe therapy. Having someone to talk to where you're really able to say anything, because you don't have to be scared of like, God, they're gonna judge me for this, or I'm gonna get in trouble for this, or blah, 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 blah. It's just like, I'm able to tell you anything, which is awesome. I'm doing a lot better now thanks to surrounding myself with a bunch of awesome people and therapy babes. I love therapy. Even if you aren't struggling with mental health, I'd say why not talk to a therapist? Next question is, what was the hardest part about adulting? And there are plenty of answers to this. I know there is a word for this. My brain just can't think of it right now in the moment. Being in control of my own life. High school was a lot easier when I had my aunt and uncle on my back. Like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do AB, go to school on time, do your chores, whatever it might be, or else there's consequences. And then moving out of the house where I'm like, oh, I have to be that person for myself because there's no one on my back anymore. You know what I mean? It's really hard. At least that was one of the hardest things for me. Is that, yeah, it's super nice when you're able to first move out of the house and you don't have anyone on your butt about things. That's super nice. But then when you realize, oh, at least for me, I'm like, I kind of, like, to the point, I'm like, dang, I really want to text Laura Tyler and be like, you guys set up consequences again, because I am getting super lazy. And yeah, I would say that was one of the hardest things. I think time management as well, especially if you have friends or if you're in a relationship, finding time management for yourself, your family, your friends, your relationship, work, school. Yeah, it's a lot. Growing up is a lot, and I can't believe this is just the beginning of it. I'm not really even in the nitty gritty of it where I'm paying all my bills and stuff. Okay, dog. Attitude, walk off. Growing up, I love it, don't get me wrong, but dang is it hard. I would say just actually having to be in control of my own self and time management. And hey, bills suck. The next question is kind of silly, but I thought it'd be fun to answer, and it's, what is my fave snack at the moment? So you get mini bell peppers, cut them in half, scoop out the seeds, and then you fill it with cream cheese, everything bagel seasoning, and then you throw on either like some form of hot chip. It can be the Trader Joe's like little Takis. It could be Takis, Hot Cheetos, whatever it is. And it is actually so good. And I like it because I feel like it helps me get in more vegetables, and it's pretty yummy. It's pretty tasty, I won't lie. I am a huge snack person though. I love snacks. I will eat snacks for dinner sometimes, or as a meal. Like, it doesn't even have to be for dinner, and I know that's not the best for you, but that doesn't mean they're always unhealthy, okay? Sometimes it's hummus with a bunch of stuff on the side, like cucumbers, tomatoes, carrots, thin little pretzel chips, then I have like pita chips, and then like maybe something else, and then I have like fruit on the side, and then I could have like some beef jerky on the side. So I know it's a bunch of snacks, but it could be worse. I'm a huge snacker though. I love snacks. I like Trader Joe's chips. Like, they have these really good Cheeto Puffs there, these really good truffle chips there. I love hot chips. Fruit recently has just been my go-to, especially now with the weather getting warmer. I'm just like, it's so on par. Like, this is just perfect. I am in the most spring mood right now, eating my fruit and sitting in the sun. What more could I ask for in life? So those have been my go-tos right now. It'll probably switch up, but hot chips will always stay in my snacks as of right now. Next question, will your boyfriend move to LA, and how long have you been together? Me and my boyfriend met in Santa Barbara. That's currently where he lives right now, and neither of us can give you a positive answer, okay? Because he is trying to move out of Santa Barbara. He's also like trying to find a job, and wherever he finds the best job that works for him, he's probably gonna take it. And I even told him, like, you do what's best for you and we'll work it out, okay? And I feel like that's really I just dropped my Huda Beauty powder, the cherry blossom. At least not all of it spilt out. I am a little upset about that right now though. Whatever. Also, this lip liner by e.l.f. only $2, and it is so freaking good. This is called Baddest Beige. But back to the boyfriend question. Neither of us can give you an answer right now. And honestly, I don't know. We will just have to wait and figure it out. And that's just something that we're both going to figure out. Whether, I really, really hope he does move to LA. I won't lie. I know that is his goal also. But again, I'm like, you are your own person, I am my own person, and we're a team. We're a team. We will work together. We'll work it out. Even if you move somewhere else, move out of state, we'll work it out. I'm not gonna stress myself out with these thoughts. I quite literally can't think about it, or I won't lie, I will get a little sad. So yes. And how long have we been together? Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years now. We've been together for 2 years. We started dating officially on March 4th, 2023. That's crazy. 2 years? 2? And I know that's not even like a long time, but this is my first relationship, and I didn't really know where it was gonna go, how serious we were gonna become. And honestly, I love him so much, and I'm so thankful to have him in my life. He is such a sweet, patient person. He's so smart and handsome, and he does genuinely treat me so well. I love my mans. I love him so much. And I know I don't really talk about him online, but that's just because I like to keep some things private. I don't need to be sharing all his business either, but I love him. He is just awesome. Next one, I remember I answered this in one of my Q&As many years ago. I think when I was either a sophomore or junior in high school. And I always had people asking me if I was bisexual. You know, I like women and men. I believe I said yes in the last video, and I still do. To me, I'm like, I find women attractive, and I'm like, I do think I would date a girl. So I never know, because I'm like, yes, but I'm also like, I've never tried it out. But it's like, I never question it. That's my thing. I'm like, I never question it, because I know in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I would date a girl. Because I'm like, if I vibe with you, I vibe with you. If I think you're cute, I think you're cute. I don't know. I'm just gonna say yes to being bisexual. Period. And then the last question I have for you guys today is advice for people moving out of their parents' home. Okay, so again, referring back to what I said earlier, I feel like when I first moved out of my aunt and uncle's house, I wasn't really comprehending that. And I think it's because I knew like I wasn't that far away. So if worst things comes to worst, I can make that hour-and-a-half drive, and I'm with my aunt and uncle, and I can be with them in their presence and they can help me out with whatever. But the best advice I would give for someone moving out of the house, and maybe some advice I wish I could give to my past self: start buying things ahead of time. Dollar Tree is your best friend. You don't always need to be bougie, okay? You can go there, you can get dish soap, you can get sponges, you can get like a lot of cleaning stuff, a lot of organization. Dollar Tree is the best way to go. IKEA has really good cheap stuff, especially when it comes to furniture. I won't lie, the furniture is so annoying to build, but you're saving so much money. It depends if like you're moving into like your own place or if you're moving in with other people, like roommates. I'm truly begging you, and I know it depends on the circumstances. Like if you have to move out, but if you have some time, please make sure you get to know the people you are moving in with first. Ask some personal questions, get into it, ask them what their schedule might look like and what they like to do for a person. Because say for instance you're more of like an antisocial person, but you know this person, oh, maybe they like to go out a lot. Like I always see like on their Instagram or some story that they're out. Maybe figure out, are they bringing a lot of people to the house? Are they having pre-games at the house? Are they loud? What's their sleeping schedule like? Are they gonna be up in the kitchen at 3 a.m. banging pots and pans together trying to make like a 5-course meal? All I'm asking, and a lot of this might sound like common sense, please get to know the people that you are moving in with first. If you have the chance and you're able to set aside some time and, you know, like try to become friends with these people. I'm being dead serious, because it's so awkward and it's just so annoying when you move in with someone that you don't entirely like, but you thought maybe you would have. I would also say don't, at least for me, everyone's so different. Like some people want a fully furnished house. They want it to be their like dream Pinterest board. Sometimes you can hold back on that and you can be like, this can wait for a while. This can wait until my next place. Me personally, I will not be buying like my Pinterest board, what I want for like my room and like the outside area, the living room, until I get my own place, because I'm sharing this stuff with all these people. If they mess it up, if they ruin it, then like, you know, like it's gonna be annoying. But if I do it, then I can just hold myself accountable, and I'm just like, oh well, you know. Please, I guess it depends on how old you are too, but if you are someone who is freshly out of not college, but high school, going into college, don't get a pet unless you know that you are a homebody and you are responsible enough and you might have someone that can help you out with taking care of that pet. I have seen too many people my age, younger, older, while they're in college, get pets, and it makes me so mad because they don't truly take care of them. Like they'll just like, I don't know, they don't like play with them enough. It's just like the space that they're living in is way too small. And also think about yourself, like, oh, well, I can't go on this trip. I can't go out. What about my pet at the house? Like I gotta feed them, I gotta take them out, you know. I would say hold off on having a pet. Really start considering taking off shoes in the house. It makes a difference, y'all. It really does. If you have roommates, make sure you guys hold each other accountable. That doesn't mean you have to be rude and like calling them out all the time, unless they're the ones like making a mess and just not helping out. Get over your fear of confrontation. I've had to do that. You gotta put on your big girl chonies sometimes, and you gotta have a real conversation with these people. And really, that's all I can think of right now. I could do like a whole video of sharing like my experience with living in different houses and having different roommates. I could really go into it, but that's just some of the best advice. Is just, if you're living at your parents' house and you plan on moving out, buy stuff ahead of time. Go to Dollar Tree, go to Home Goods, go to IKEA, and just get the essentials, you know, and don't always worry about your place looking Pinterest worthy. I'm like, mamas, you got time for that. Don't be wasting all your money on this stuff. And yeah, that's really all I can think about right now. Well, all right, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed just me getting ready and rambling on with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know down in the comments. I always, you know, I like filming what I like, but I also like knowing what you guys like to see from me. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in my next video, y'all. Bye, guys.